much Dau na Wadaudes pale mtaani mnatupata live from Kilifi county 003, and this is Declares TV, and as usual I'm your host that guy Jeff Manzeleo. Kama kawaida tumekuwa tukifanya mambo mingi sana the whole week manze, celebrate issues of young people, and that is International Youth Week. And today we are wrapping it up by having a tagline manze ati tulisemaje. You see, we're trying just to understand what did the young people commit, what did the young people manze talk about, and what are we going to do to ensure that some of those commitments and some of the things that we amplify as young people are going to be taken up at this particular point. You can see, man, we are coming live from these sides, and we were actually having stakeholders from Kilifi and stakeholders from Pokot, young people conversing on issues around sexual reproductive health, but what are some of the key things that we as young people manze nafaa tufanye so that at the end of the day we are okay, and actually this community and our society general as the country, basically our well-being as young people is okay. So we are going to ensure that at the end of the day we bring you these conversations. We're having a very powerful panel of young people from the Silale team, that is the Strengthening Local Advocacy and Leadership East African team, that is Youth Bunge, SICOM, and Safe Community, plus Declares Kenya, basically just right here and starting the conversation, because now we've talked since the first day of this week, the International Youth Week, and now we are here to look at, you know, what did we say and what do we want to move forward. So thank you very much those that are watching from our YouTube fan page, that is Declares TV, and those that are watching at Declares fan page at Declares Kenya. Keep those comments coming, keep those questions coming, keep the conversation going, because this is how we're going to do it. So right now I'm gonna take a short commercial break, but in the next 1 minute, trust me, I will be sitting down with a panel full of energy and vibes, because this is the vibe spot right here on Declares TV, and this is your guy, that guy Jeffa. Remember, this is brought to you by Declares Kenya in partnership with DSW through the Silale Saha project. Thank you very much, and God bless you. See you in a minute, right?
Fun. Yeah. Unajua kuna hiyo competition na hapa hivi ni juu.
One, two.
Fun. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Thank you for that snapshot and view of this beautiful place. And today, tuko na mavijana barubaru. We are very young people on the board, and basically just discussing issues that we have been discussing around this Youth Week, International Youth Week, because this is a wrap. Basically, we're actually recapping what actually has been happening. But first of all, we need to understand here who do we have at some point, and what are we bringing in the table for you kama kijana pale mtaani. So if you're watching, leave the comment where you're watching from and what you want to see these young people talking about on matters around young people. I know they are leaders, they come from different organizations, and these organizations basically are youth serving and actually doing a lot of youth work around young people. So nadhani kuna microphone ya kwanza tutafaa kupatiwa pale. Nasikia kwanza inafaa sanitiziwe. Tutaanza na mwenyeji. Unasikia kama mwenyeji? Mwenyeji mpe kwanza. Na utukaribishe rasmi pia. Unajua vizuri kuambia boss, karibuni kwa maeneo. So please introduce yourself and what you do, where do you come from, and what is your inspiration as a young person?
Okay, my name is Kevin Mwambire, and I'm from Safe Community Youth Initiative yenye inapatikana tu hapa Mtwapa. So Safe Community Youth Initiative is an advocacy youth-led organization which focuses mainly which focuses in sharing information on sexual reproductive health and also the economic sustainability. Yeah.
What is your inspiration as a young person?
Okay, as a young person, my inspiration is to see the youths and the young people or adolescent and young people living in a positive way. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Karibu sana Kevo.
Thank you.
So let us go to this lady right here. Sawa. Sanitize kiasi. Mwash. Mnafuatilia from different sides manze. Flochena anasema following from Eldoret. Mwash Hajab anasema live watching, karibu sana. Watching from Kapenguria Hudwan here, that is Vantos KGZ. Like please let us continue the conversation. Let us have questions for these great panelists. Kumbuka, this is Declares TV. You can follow us on our Facebook fan page, that is Declares Kenya. Na pia unapata hii live conversation, na pia unaweza enda kwenye YouTube at Declares TV alafu unafuata hii conversation. So tell us something about yourself.
Hello, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
We are happy that we've been given this opportunity to discuss the issues surrounding our needs, and also as a youth we have so many issues to deal with. So I'm from SICOM, based in Pokot. It's a local NGO dealing with peace issues, and we do programs pertaining peace and also other cross-cutting issues, that is health, agriculture, and other emerging issues surrounding our community. So feel much welcomed. We are expecting a participatory discussion, and also feel free to air any issues that you feel it's pressing. So welcome all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Irene. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Asante. Lastly, tuko na rais wa vijana National Youth Bunge Forum. So
Basi asante sana Jeff kwa kunipatia nafasi hii. Kwa majina anaitwa Richard Ruto Todosia Kitongin. Mimi ni msimamizi wa shirika la Youth Bunge Forum West Pokot na pia ni msimamizi mkuu ama rais wa umbrella body ya all youth bunges in Kenya inaitwa National Youth Bunge Association. Kwa hivyo tuko hapa kwa huu mjadala wa Youth Week na kukaribisha mtazamaji yule ambaye anatufuata kwa Facebook ama YouTube ama
Hello Pub Nangata anasema following from Kanairo, psyched up for this. Say hi to Irene Kevon, president. Najua mmesalimika sana. Kuna Kadhambi Mario anasema watching. Lucy Loyara anasema great conversations guys, following from Turkana County. Perez Pengat is watching, anasema anafuatilia sana. Nakumbuka vijana wengi sana wako psyched up for this particular moment na wako ready kutusikiza na kusikia hizi gumzo, because you know this is the vibe spot. Penye tuna vibe, tumechill hivi, tumetulia, but then at the end of the day tuna discuss sisi kama youth ni issues gani ambazo tunataka ziku address at some point. Rais, vile uko pale sasa manze, tuanze na wewe. Labda wiki nzima tumekuwa tukicelebrate the day or International Youth Week. Ours is always ndefu kidogo, it's a youth week. There are a lot of things that were actually being discussed upon. Like, what are some of the key issues ambazo will pick from that particular International Youth Week, or some of the conversations ambazo ungetaka labda kuzi-amplify at this particular platform?
Okay, first of all, sikusema wakati wa introduction sikusema shirika inafanya nini.
Oh, thank you.
Ningependa kusema kwamba shirika letu la Youth Bunge Forum inafanya our vision is to have an empowered youth contributing to sustainable development. So all development aspects or everything tunafanya, we do it through the lenses of youth. Kwa hivyo kwa wiki huu ambao umepita, kuna various activities ambazo vijana wamekuwa wakifanya. Kama sisi tumekuwa tukijihusisha sana na campaign ya kuhakikisha kwamba vijana are more participatory. Youths wanajihusisha sana na mambo ya governance. Tumekuja kugundua kwamba vijana wengi hawajui what's happening. Some of them says it doesn't matter. If you ask somebody about what's going on in the government, what's going on in terms of budget and all that, most of them says that it doesn't bother. It doesn't matter in their life. So what we have been doing is we have been advocating. We have staunch advocate of governance. Kuambia hao kwamba it matters. If you don't know what's happening, if you don't know what's the budget of your county, in fact, or if you don't know what's there for you, sometimes it's so difficult if you don't know the opportunity around you. If you are not aware of what's the thing that you have around you. So it's up to you, it's upon us, the youth now, to scan the environment, find out what's for us there, what's the law, nini yetu hapa, so that when you are going to claim in county or wherever, whichever government or any partner, you are claiming something that actually you have spotted it. But you cannot go blindly wherever you're going and just say haki yetu, hii ni yetu, haje na hata wewe mwenyewe ujui. You are not even there when the policy was developed. You don't even know what's the procedure of even getting whichever that is yours. So that's what we have been tumekuwa tukijihusisha kwamba vijana tuchanuke, tujue haki zetu, then baada ya kujua, because they are there, then we now can confidently go for it when we already know what's there, what's existing.
Very true. Thank you very much. And I think Raf Kedi is in argument and saying it's great to see you guys working for the youth. So you're talking about the issues of accountability, the issues of vijana kuhakikisha kwamba we actually understand what we are championing for at that particular moment, so that we don't just say this is what we want, and at the end of the day we really don't know what actually entails some of the things that we want at that particular point. Irene, probably just to jump into you, I know there is a lot of young people. Kuna vijana wengi huku nje, lakini kuna wale vijana ambao ni of the female gender ama wale wasichana out there, and for a very long time this gender actually has been there are a lot of discrimination and disparities when it comes to opportunities of youth who are of this, the female gender. And you're one person who is passionately advocating for a lot of issues on women and girls empowerment as an advocate in the projects that you guys do and the projects that you guys are actually having back there. So what do you think are some of the problems that young people face, but more so of the female gender?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jeff, for this. And some of the issues that ladies or girls, child faces during maybe trying to be part of the community and advocating for their rights is that we lack the empowerment programs that teaches the rights and also understanding our positions in the community. The cultural aspect of trying to underrate the ladies not to participate in the issues pertaining leadership and other forums that are so useful in formulating the policies for our girls and also for our boys, it's so minimal. So we should be empowered in that we should know our rights and also be given that confidence so that we also participate in the policy making and also take part in the positions we've been given politically, so that we also do that for our ladies. Yes.
So you're talking about the issues of being involved, young ladies being involved, or women or girls being involved in some of these key processes, development process at the community, and one of them you're talking about is political space.
Yeah.
The conversation has been there since the beginning of this week. Do you think Kenya is ready?
Yeah, it's ready because the provisions are there in the constitution. It's only that we are not been empowered to know them, so that we do claim them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So all the ladies who are watching out there, for all the guys who are watching out there, please keep this conversation going. Let us those thoughts coming. Let us those questions. Let us those questions coming through, so that at least this airborne panel manze iweze come through. So thank you very much. We will come back to you. Mwambire.
Yes.
Vipi?
Poa sana.
Thank you very much. I know you're a young person mwenye amekuwa champion hizi stories through media and through like advocacy around issues that are affecting young people. Like if you scan across this country, what are some of the issues ambazo zina affect young people in general?
Some of the issues in ambazo zina affect young people in this county, I mean Kilifi County, there are so many. One, I will say about unemployment. Most people are roaming around, most youths, because they're not employed. And they're not employed because, okay, they feel like we want a job, but how are we going to get it? You see. Now, this contributes to youths which are used now. They contribute them to engage themselves in maybe in so many drugs abuse ambayo inakuwa sasa ndio imeraise, kwa sababu kama hawana job then kumaanisha all the youths watakuwa tu wako idle, wanaketi tu maskani yenye ambao sasa wanakuwa sasa watakuwa ni wahalifu, unaona. Na pia kwa wasichana unapata sasa teenage pregnancy ilikuwa ina rise pole kwa sababu hakuna information ya contraceptives ambayo wanaweza tumia, or maybe the family planning wanaweza tumia. Na hata kama iko, ulikuwa unapata wasichana ni ngumu sana kwenda kwa clinic waenda waka access zile family planning, kwa sababu ana feel like nikienda pale either kama ni daktari ama ni service provider atani judge, kwa sababu I'm too young, siwezi onekana eti mimi taonekana labda ama prostitute ama nini, unaona. So unapata they fear to go to the hizo clinics ndio kwa chukua hizo so unapata the teenage pregnancy inaenda ikirise kwa sababu they can't go. Lakini sasa at least we are heading somewhere. Yeah.
So you're talking about issues ambazo zina cut across Kilifi County, the issues of access to let's say timely access to affordable some of these Ramka or reproductive health services ambazo zinafanya some of these things tunaona inakuwa ndio teenage pregnancies, kuna kuwa na lot of abortion cases, kuna kuwa na lot of maternal mortalities among young mortality cases among young girls who are getting pregnant and wanataka kuzaa ama kujifungua. So probably just to ask further, like what do you think is the problem? What do you think is actually the main problem ambayo inafanya this is not actually happening, the maana wapati hizi services? What do you think is the problem?
Okay, the problem ya kwanza kabisa tutasema information hakuna kwa vijana wenye ambao labda wanaweza mahali ambao wanaweza ku access hizo services maybe kama ziko, na pia the budget. Tunasema tunaenda tunasomea budget ya family planning, tunasomea family planning, but hiyo budget itakuwa hapo, itatengenezwa, lakini sasa zile services kuzipata itakuwa ni ngumu. You see, like siwezi kumbuka exact time ya hiyo budget, lakini it was ya family planning. Family planning tunazidiwa ni zipi, na tulikuwa kumeallocatewa something like a billions of money, lakini sio ukiangalia venye zimekatwa utapata sijui kuko na maprinting, sijui kuna nini. Sasa unashangaa in family planning na printing wapi na wapi. You see, so this is a problem, kwa sababu msichana ama kijana wote ataenda pale kwenda ku access ile maybe kutaka maybe kama ni family planning ama maybe ninio any method, lakini atambua labda zimeisha ama hakuna, na seti hakuna. Si tulipigania vijana ziekwe, lakini sasa unapata haziekwi pale, hiyo pesa inakatwa unapata kuna printing, sijui kuko na nini. Sasa materials is maybe kama na IC materials tumeziekea like 1 billion, tuna print only the IC materials on family planning. Alafu the family planning methods zenyewe ziko pale tumezekea like 1 million. Will it help?
Kabisa.
It won't. So utapata kila time tukienda tunaambiwa hakuna, na ndio maana hata sahihi msichana wote akienda pale anaenda akiambiwa aende maybe anataka family planning, unapata kwa clinics zingine ataambiwa, ama msichana akienda pale kwenda kwa access ataambiwa unataka nini family planning gani? Nataka pills. Pills, kwa sababu it's like hizo pills ndo zinapatikana sana than hizo zingine. So, ama unapata the girls themselves they have the knowledge, and the knowledge they have that is only for pills. Hizi zingine hawana, kwa sababu they feel like nikienda pale nikiaccess kama ni maybe it's a long term method kama ni sindano, na venye waga nasikia mtaani kwa ukidunga sindano sijui mwili wako utakuwa hivi, so unapata it's a challenge sana.
Very true.
Unaona? So hiyo ndo tuseme imechangia sana, especially kwa nini, kwa the rise of teenage pregnancy.
Very true.
Unaona? Hiyo ndo the problem kubwa, kwa sababu hata budget tukapigania, lakini utapata inakatwa. Tumekea 2 billion tuseme ya family planning, lakini yenye itatokea sasa ya zile methods ni ngapi? 1 million. Hizo zingine zote zimekatwa kwingine.
Thank you very much, Mwambire, and this is something that I'm picking up, that you see, number one, the girls are not informed, or the young people are not informed of some of the choices ambazo wako nazo, and this is something that the government through the Ministry of Health needs to actually facilitate at some point, that vijana wajue hizi in the products ambazo ziko, and this is what we are doing. Ya pili ni I want to tie that point na ile ambayo rais alisema kwamba accountability about the resources that are being allocated towards this particular issues ambazo zina affect young people, kwa mfano access to reproductive health. And the biggest problem is sometimes financing. Number one, there is inadequate financing for reproductive health, but then when it is financed, some of the budget lines, some of the things ambazo zinawekewa pale at some point azifiki kukua ile ambayo inasaidia kijana pale mtaani ama pale mtaani. So just on the same point, this was a reflection of Kilifi County. Probably I will give Irene to add up on that, and then Rais to also add up on that. Like what are some of the challenges ambazo zinakuwa affected like that young people face when it comes to issues of reproductive health?
Okay, just to add on that is vijana most wanakuanga na that fear of going to hospital because of the misconception and also the fear of being judged, maybe of being immoral by asking for the family planning methods and also those services. So the intervention to that is that we should all learn that kukua ama access those services haimaanishi kwamba mimi ni but ni ile kujua, yani nikifanya hivi najua the implication of that. So nikienda kuomba kudungwa sindano ama ask for information, I should be given so that I also make an informed decision about my life. So another issue is the training. The service providers pale ni kama hawajui that youth friendly approach kudeal na youths. Sasa inawafuguza vijana. Sasa even our intervention at county level to involve sana the county management health department to train their service providers so that wajue jinsi ya kushughulikia vijana. Kukuwe na mahali ambapo kuna kona ama mahali tu ambapo vijana wako freely kuingia na kuulizia services bila uoga wowote na hata kufunzwa zaidi. So vijana wanafaa kuenjoy a sex life without regrets. So it's our future and it's our choice. So nadhani hizo ndo most of the challenges we are trying to address as a CSOs and also the county department health management team. Yes.
Thank you very much. Yes, Todosia, labda ukiongeza ama labda ukileta mchango wako kwa what are some of the things ambazo unafikiria vijana wana face when it comes to accessing health, but more so the issues of reproductive health, number one in the country and number two in the county.
Okay, asante sana Jeff. First of all, ningependa kuecho what my brother from Kilifi said about the issue, and I think that's what I will be focusing on the question of the government, for example, the county government, and also the question of stigma, as he said that most youth sometimes fear to get the services. So it is at all maybe by the MOH, Ministry of Health, or the partners. But sometimes to access them, you find that youths feel like if they go for it, there's some stigma, I don't know, there's some fears around the reproductive health services. So what I will call upon the youths is that, and also the partners and actors in this sector, that we need to look for safe places. I think, yes, there are already safe places, but there is need of intensifying the advocacy around the safe places where they can get the services. And also, we'll also kind of instinct or instill some courage to our youth to understand that it's nothing abnormal for you to go for the SRH services. There's nothing abnormal if you go for example, the clinic that my brother was talking of. It's nothing abnormal if you go for example, the youths who are the teenagers who are above 18. They're already adults and they can be allowed anything they want. So I will call upon the youths that so that you are not just there and you are suffering, and there are things, there's even guiding and counseling. You can go for it. That's as simple as that. And don't feel guilty. You are not guilty of anything. Go for it. Get advice. Sometimes, let me tell you, the youths, that if you have a problem or a challenge, and you don't share it, or you don't go to a professional guiding and counselor, you don't even share with your friends, you don't share with even your colleagues, it will push you down. It might even make you to do some things that you're not expected to do. So what I want you is that go for the guiding and counseling services, go to hospital, ask about your health, go to wherever places, be it a health center or wherever, and ask. Some of these things are there for you. If you don't go for it, somebody cannot travel all the way to come and look you at the villages. So it's upon us to wake up and go. So and leave the issue of stigma. I think in 90s, 1990s and two or something, early two or something, there was a problem with stigma when it came to HIV. People were fearing, even when you talk of somebody that is somebody in that village who has an HIV,
Very
people
true.
could even fear going that village.
Yeah.
But now I think we are past that. So coming now to these other ones, it's the same. The SRH services, this we don't need to have that such a fears like stigma. Those things are characterized with low education and lack of information. And now that we have the information, we have everything around us, then why should we have such fears? Okay, secondly is the issue of the question of accountability. Again, I come back to the issue of budgeting. You find that most governments, county governments, and even national governments, yes, everything is taken care at the starting level. For example, at the initiation, budgeting, and all the public participation have to the budget. Whenever the money has been accorded, has been allocated, and then you find that after some time, the head of department can say, they say that, oh, there is no funds again.
Mm-hmm.
You ask why? Then they say, oh, there was a emergency, there was some realignments of budget.
Very true.
Somebody says, oh, there was this landslide or whatever, and they chop off the money, they take away the money. Same to the youth department.
Very true.
They always raid there.
Mhm.
You find that they have money budgeted at the youth ministry, for example, for sporting and talent searches and all that. But after some time, you will get the funds are not there. Why? There are very weak reasons for it. They mostly use emergencies, and there is already an emergency department. There is already a disaster department. And then why is it that the money meant for youth, the money meant for SRH, health services are always the one that are taken?
Mhm.
So that's a question I would wish to pose to most of the governments,
Yeah.
that sometimes these services are also very important. They are what we call protective. We do a lot of it by this. For example, maybe most of these leaders are from old schools. They believe in just curative kind of combat when it has happened. But we need a lot of preventive. We need a lot of even this problem that we are facing currently, the issue that youths don't have jobs and all that, could be prevented by some of these trainings, could be prevented by some of this advocacy.
Yeah.
So if you deny the money for advocacy, then you go and budget money for health services, and there's nobody who comes for it. Then you see you are doing nothing.
Very
So
true.
it's good that the government should honor the budget as it is sometimes, and if there is some tampering, then there should be a robust reason, but not what we have been told always, that this has gone to emergencies, and some things there which are not some don't even qualify to be emergencies.
Very true.
There are reasons that emergencies, disaster, and when you look at it keenly, they are not emergencies.
Very true.
There was just a deliberate move. So that's what I say, that youths have been decrying a lot, that there's no budget in the department. SRH department also, you find that they don't even have money for even to hold a meeting.
Very true.
We as partners in West Pokot, we have been supporting the technical working groups,
Mhm.
the health. So, and if without partners, I don't even think if they would hold even a single meeting for technical working groups.
Yeah,
So
sure.
meaning that governments should not depend much on development partners. For example, well wishers. We need to have our own budgets, and as I finish, I want to say that as civil society, let's continue strengthening the systems.
Mm.
Let's continue working at strengthening behind. Let's ensure that the institutions are working. The budget is working. It's a live thing. It's something that is a living document.
Yeah.
It's not that something that just somebody holds on it. It's just a PR exercise. It's a PR document. We don't want that.
Very
So,
true.
and we'll continue supporting the technical working groups at the county level,
Yeah.
such that they will be able to give out their perform their services effectively.
Very
And
true.
by doing so, we will be helping our youth. By doing so, we'll be helping a lot our societies. And for the youth, I will repeat saying that don't sleep
Mhm.
your opportunity it's just some steps away from where you are.
Very true.
Asanteni sana.
Rais anasema tusilale vijana, let us not sleep, and let us that is very powerful, trust me. And looking at the conversations around what is happening, sometimes we actually do advocacy for budget allocations, pesa zinawekwa Mwambire, pesa zinawekwa Irene, lakini at the end of the day kunakuwa na watu ambayo wanaitoa, wanasema oh the budget money has been reallocated, hii pesa ilikuwa inafanya hivi. There were some people that were to do this and that, and that is how we miss the opportunity. And I think later on we look at what should we do, ni nini tunafaa tufanye at some point, and should we actually ensure that there's accountability issues, accountability programs that are coming up to ensure that now the advocacy efforts ambazo tumeweka aziendi popote. So our online community is growing day by day. Delphine Chepkorir is watching. Thank you very much. Sharon Chepkite is saying, following this informative conversation, who is saying this is great. Mwash Hajab anasema Jeffa, I have a question to Mr. Todosie. What's that thing that you can confuse a youth to go and take that contraceptive without fearing? I think this is saying that Mr. Todosia, what's that thing that confuses a youth not to go and take that contraceptive? I think that is Mwash asking. Emmanuel Kipto from Nakuru saying, being a youth now in Kenya is a crime. If you've been on your screen of late, young men and women are being killed by the police. So kuna watu wengi sana wanafuatilia hizi conversation. I think Judy Mboku is saying, good people, the young people should meaningfully participate in the budget and policy making processes in the counties and at the national level too. I think Mwambire started talking about it. Na pia Mr. Todosia, the president of the National Youth Bunge, amesisitiza on the issues around budget for young people, the issues around budget for reproductive health, and how and what happens basically when it comes to budgeting process. Kesama anasema vijana tunayo nguvu, Bariando Ramor, nothing for us without us. We need to be part of every aspect of development agenda. Thank you very much. Naona messages ni mingi. We are going for a very short commercial break, and when we come back after that commercial break, we will be diving deeper into what are people not saying, what are people not telling us, ni nini inafanyika, what are people not telling us at that particular point, and then after that we look at what are some of the solutions that are happening. Remember, this is Declares TV, and as usual we're coming live from our YouTube page, that is Declares TV, and Facebook fan page, that is Declares Kenya. And hii ni ile vibe sports, kama kawaida tunakaa chini na vijana tunazungumza na tunapiga gumzo zile ambazo watu wataki kuongea, because there's a whole week of conversations, kumekuwa na whole week of engagement na young people, but then this is where we put everything straight for you because we are wrapping it up. It's a recap ati tulisema nini. So remember, hashtag is amplifying young people's voices, hashtag is Declares TV, hashtag is International Youth Day 2021. Let us keep the conversation rolling. So I think we're heading for a very short commercial break. After 1 minute, we will be back shortly with the conversation. Thank you very much.
The climate crisis is one of the greatest challenges of our time. It threatens our planet, society, and economy. Climate-related emergencies such as extreme weather conditions are increasing, which tend to hit women and girls harder because of gender discrimination and harmful social norms. In the aftermath of a disaster, there is a risk that girls are pulled from school to take care of the household, and when there is food stress or water shortage, people will marry younger, with a higher percentage of girls ending up in early, forced, and child marriages. Rural women and girls who are usually given the task of fetching water have to travel further to collect it, increasing their already heavy workload and putting them at greater risk of gender-based violence. Healthcare is disrupted by erratic weather, eroding the advancement of sexual and reproductive health and rights, making women and girls more vulnerable to the impacts of the climate crisis. Sexual and reproductive health and rights play a crucial role in improving well-being, overcoming marginalization, and advancing generations in their lives and lead the response to the climate crisis. If we want to achieve climate justice, sexual and reproductive health and rights and gender equality have to be priority. Like, comment, and share if you agree. As a young woman, having access to sexual and reproductive health and rights services is essential for me to achieve my potential. It supports me to lead a healthy life, address violence and power relations, participate in economic, social, and political life, and make decisions governing my own body freely. Thanks to having access to sexual and reproductive care, including a full package of youth-friendly sexual health services, family planning, and comprehensive sexuality education, young women like me can have access to decent work opportunities and fulfill our potential. Only then can we become change makers, promoting gender equality and driving forward sustainable growth. The realization of the sexual and reproductive rights of all people and eliminating gender-based violence is necessary to ensure we leave no one behind in the effort to realize economic justice. Share, like, and comment if you agree.
My name is Phyllis Obwire. I coordinate the Holistic Action Project for Adolescents. I'm based in Kitale office working for DSW Kenya. Holistic Action Project for Adolescents is all about empowering the young adolescents. And the main goal is to reach 7,000 young adolescent boys and girls aged 10 to 14 in Kilifi and West Pokot counties. Some projects that were adversely affected by the pandemic. And we had to change some strategies. We had to adapt to the situation just to ensure that we rolled our work. So we had to become more innovative, especially when providing information to the young people. Initially, we could hold meetings with the young people, but currently we are opting for virtual meetings. We are having the use of social media, the Facebook chats, Twitter storms, and all that, just to ensure that the limitation in number does not hinder us from doing our work. We really want young people to access the sexual reproductive health services. We still work with the facilities to ensure that the services are available, the supplies are available, and the youth-friendly services are provided to the young people. Yeah, so in as much as access to services was affected, it's something that we still reach out to the young people, encouraging them to access the services, and also using our youth-friendly services where young people can freely access and get the services that they need. Yeah, but generally, COVID-19 pandemic really affected our work, especially in terms of the meetings that we used to hold. Feedback from the youth is positive. I must say that because since we began engaging with these young people, they've really embraced the project and they really appreciate the information that we provide. Since the project began, I think the young people are happy because the project is also bringing on board the parents, it's bringing on board the teachers, and they're reporting the communities to be supportive. My name is Phyllis Obwire.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, wadau na wadaudes ambao wako mtaani, all those that are watching us. Remember, we are live on YouTube, Declares TV, and also live on Facebook at Declares Kenya Facebook fan page. Kumbuka kubonyeza like na ubonyeze notification on ama subscribe, ndio wakati video kama hizi next time zinakuja unaweza kukua notified. Watu wanaambia hey Jeff, tupati kuona wakati mnaenda live or something like that. So we are here with Mwambire from Kilifi County, working for Safe Community Youth Initiative, shirika la vijana ambalo linafanya kazi nzuri sana huku Kilifi kwa mambo ya advocacy on sexual reproductive health. Tuko hapa pia na Irene from SICOM Peace Network, wamefanya mambo ya amani sana, lakini pia wana integrate issues za reproductive health katika mambo zao katika county ya Pokot Magharibi, Uganda, na maeneo ambayo ya karibu. Na pia tuko na rais wa National Youth Bunge Forum. Kumbuka Youth Bunge ziko katika counties karibu zote, lakini sasa ndio president wa the National Youth Bunge Forum, na pia ndio president wa Pokot County Youth Bunge Forum, na wanafanya kazi nyingi za amani, za reproductive health, mambo ya nutrition, ya kuwafikia vijana. So karibuni sana tena. That was a very short commercial break, so tuendelee. So kulikuwa na swali ambalo Mwash Hajab aliuliza kwamba ni nini ambayo inafanya vijana hawataki kuendea some of these reproductive health products ambazo ziko pale nje. So tutaanza, I think Mwambire utatujibu kulingana na context ya huko, alafu rais wa National Youth Bunge pia atatueleza na kuna context ya Pokot Magharibi.
Okay, acha nitajibu hiyo kwanza. So vijana wengi, especially acha tu nitaongelea tu according to venye waga naona, especially huko Kilifi. I think na the same case pia huko kwingine. Vijana wengi waga wanaogopa sana kwenda kuchukua hizi contraceptives. One, kwa sababu hospitalini, mimi kama kijana siwezi enda pale kwenda kuchukua contraceptive, I think apiga foleni na wamama ama wazinio neti naenda wapiga foleni hata kuingia kwa family planning, kwa sababu najua nini, wale wazee wako pale watanijudge, wataniuliza like wewe mtoto like you are 16 years old na unakuja unachukua family planning, so that's mean wewe ushaanza kuwa kahaba. So they fear that judgment. Unaona, hiyo ni ya kwanza. Ya pili pia wana feel like nikienda nikichukua contraceptive na maybe pale nimeenda pata mwenye yuko pale, maybe ni kama si kijana mwenzangu ambao labda atanielewa na anaweza ficha siri, ana feel like nikienda nikiongea hata kama labda hakuna wazee, lakini nimejua ni mtu fulani, si lazima nitaongea naye, I feel like ataenda atasambazele, so hakuna confidentiality. Hiyo ndio kitu yenye anafia. Alafu pia the myths ambazo wako nazo katika community venye pia wanafanya hawa vijana ni they can't go and take these contraceptives to the hospitals na hata mahali popote pale
kabisa.
Yeah, so I think acha maybe nitaangalia tu how you can, maybe ni kitu gani chenye kinaweza convince huu kijana aenda akachukue hizo family planning, kwa sababu if we don't go, vijana kama hata
sugar.
Yeah, so nasema if kama kijana hataenda kuchukua contraceptive ama maybe kutumia family planning yoyote method, ajue hiyo ni life yake, kwa sababu akiharibikia atakuwa anajaribu yeye mwenyewe. So sahi I think in Kilifi County we have been advocating for youth friendly centers and is implemented, ambazo zitakuwa zina provide all the services za ma youth wenye wanahitaji kwa hizi youth friendly centers. Either kama iko kwa hospitali, lakini utapata youth friendly center wage inatengenezwa mahali kando apart from the hospital, kwa sababu ile afya ya kwamba kijana akienda pale tenda kukua discriminated ama tenda ongelewa vibaya na wazee ama wamama wenye wako pale. Unaona, so youth friendly center oge imetengenezwa mahali tu tofauti kando na ile hospitali yenyewe mahali iko, ndo ile akienda pale atakuwa ako na confidence enough ya kusema nataka hiki na hiki na hii na hiki. Alafu pili ni kuwa the youth friendly providers au service providers now unapata wengi sahihi tumekuwa tukipigania at least wawe vijana wenzao, kwa sababu hata kama ni mtaniweka youth friendly center mahali alafu the service provider ni mzee kidogo, pia siwezi enda kwa sababu na feel like atani judge bado. So napata the service providers still bado ni kijana ambayo mimi na wewe tukiongea hivi tunaweza sikizana na usiambie mtu mwingine
kabisa.
Unapata
Very true.
Na pia the other thing pia unajua sasa tumejaribu ku advocate pia ninio the service providers now waweze kuwa empowered on how to handle these youths, ndo at least ile kijana akija pale hata kiwa na shida fulani anajua venye atamhandle mpaka ama venye anaweza kumconvince mpaka labda atumie.
Very true.
Unaona? So this maybe inaweza tu kusema something ambayo labda tunaweza mconvince mtu aenda akachukue, kwa sababu it's your life. Ukipata ujauzito kama wewe ni msichana na you are under 18 hujamaliza shule, then jua wewe life yako it's either ujikubali uendelee na ile goal yako or ushuke chini ubaki ukiteseka
kabisa.
Yeah.
Asante sana kuna jamaa anasema YouTube umetuacha sana. Poleni sana, lakini napenda wale ambao pia mnafuatilia kwenye YouTube. Na Samuel Mburu anasema watching from Kapenguria. Silence Lemluk anasema it's high time we need to come and reasons together as youth to build one unifying voice to hold our government accountable owing to similarity in our challenges. Lucy Loyara anasema it's high time youths can be crucial part in amplifying the efforts to restore the planet and protect life. Alafu anasema I concur with Mambire, the government should cater for young people contraception preferences in public facilities. Silas Baro anasema question to the panelists, as an icon of change in our societies, which role are you playing towards contributing to the wellness of the community aside from the programmatic roles? Anasema ni mambo gani ambayo mnafanya ya kuhakikisha kwamba the community is okay aside from the programmatic roles ambazo mnafanya? Najua katika mashirika kuna programs nyingi ambazo mnafanya. Alafu huyu anasema sure Mr. Todosia, as young people we should have more information, we should use information at our disposal for an informed decision on matters related to our health, precisely sexual reproductive health and rights. Alafu anasema Todosia, the more reason we should push and advocate for program specific budgets to curb channeling of programs intended budgets. I think anaongelea ile mambo ambayo tumekuwa tukiongelea tukisema kwamba funds are being diverted because they are not program based. Actually they are ziko pale in lump sum. Kama umesema ni printing ya Ministry of Health so inafaa iende kukua program specific. Alafu Mburu wanasema serikali wekeza kwa vijana. So Mombire, indeed a corner should be set aside in health facilities to cater for youths. We appreciate the good work you're doing. So kuna watu vijana wengi ambao wanafuatilia conversation katika Declares TV kwenye YouTube na Declares Kenya, na wanasema mambo ambayo yanaoana sana na what we are actually discussing here in this vibe spot manze. Kumbuka this is Declares TV pale YouTube. Wacha comment yako, ongeza the conversation because there are a lot of things that ambazo zimekuwa zikiulizwa. So I will pass the baton to actually Mr. President Amon Saidie sanitizer bana, to sanitize kidogo, alafu ajibu ile swali, alafu utajibu what are you currently doing to ensure the wellness of young people is okay. Alafu pia Irene utajibu, alafu Mwambire utajibu, alafu tuendelee because ni swali ambayo ni nzuri. Kumbuka hii ni wiki ya vijana na vijana wanapaswa kujua pia individually what are we doing to ensure that the wellness of young people are actually achieved.
Okay, asante sana kwa mara nyingine. Narejea kujaribu kujibu, trying to attempt the question, to answer the question ile mwenzangu Mwambire amejaribu kujibu ya kwamba how can you convince a young person to accept or to go for those services. First nilikuwa nasema kwamba The first thing is that to remind the person, the young person, that it's your responsibility. Taking care of one's health, the priority number one, the first person ya kujichunga is you yourself, ya kuchunga maisha yako. Then the government comes next, and maybe your parents and all that. So the first thing is that sio kitu ambayo unakasiwa ati enda bwana kwa sababu unaombwa. Wewe kwanza jua ni maisha yako, na lazima wewe mwenyewe ujichunge, na lazima uende hizo madawa ili kama wewe you really want to better your life. So one thing now that as a result of when you are committed that you are going for it, you want the services, you want to benefit from the services, you want to benefit from the information, then what you can be assured of is, one, the availability of the service.
Very true.
Is it there? Two, is the procedure will be reduced. So we can say if you go there's no much kuna documents mingi utasign, hakuna vitu mingi utaulizwa, ni tu concern ya maisha yako yenye umekuleta hapo. Ya tatu ni mambo na confidentiality, kwamba whichever you will say is very confidential, hakuna mtu atasema, itajulikana, it's between you and the health provider. So, and then also the issue of costs. Youths must be told maybe most of these SRH services are free. So we will try to tell the youth that don't fear, because you will not incur any cost. It's free. Kupeana matras na vitu zingine hizo is free. So one thing I will wish that the youth should understand first of all is that you have the primary responsibility of taking care of yourself. Don't ever imagine that maybe Todosia, your MB, your governor, or your parent even should take care of you more than the way you can take care of yourself.
Very true.
So if you understand that, then you will be the one asking for these services. Then you will be the one who asking for these informations. So I will say that, as Mwambire said that, I will echo his words and amplify that. Actually, there's need to have rooms for some of these services. Sometimes usiende hospitali mahali inakaa kama kwa mganga, mtu anasema mambo yake kwa hapo yote. Wewe unaambiwa sema yako, huyu sema yake.
Very true.
Hapo na hata mimi naweza ogopa. So ile kitu nasema kuwe na room ambapo mtu anaweza ingia, apewe guiding and counseling, aseme mambo yake yote na iishe. Alafu baadaye aende baadaye hivyo. Lakini hii maneno ya kufuata kukaa line na watu wengine wenye hata msikizani nao, unaogopa, they might be the age of your parents, so you fear them. So actually I feel for the youths, because sometimes you go to a queue, then the friend of your father is there, the friend of your mom is there, so you find that you are guilty and you can walk away. So what I can recommend to government is that look for friendly services, youth friendly services, places, safe places where some of these services can be offered.
Very true.
The other one is somebody asked about the issue of budgets. That what is it? You're talking of budget and all that. Let me tell you, my fellow youth, that if you want to know that your government is concerned about you, the youths, if you want to know that your government is concerned about the youth and employability and all the services of attaining our youths, simply look at the budget. That is where you will know if we are a priority or not. Because first priorities, those things that are topping the priorities, list of priorities in any government or any entity, are always budgeted for. You cannot have something that is topping a list of priority and it's not reflecting in the budget. That will be abnormal budget. Because budget should be funding priorities. So for the youth now, if you want to know if your governor is really prioritizing services, SRH services, or the youth affairs, then look at the budget. If they are there, then you can tell, okay, this government really prioritizes youth issues. But again, we have said that it's almost trying to defeat that aspect, that you might see it's in the budget, but again, if you come and look at the implementation, you find that there is a lot of mutilation for that budget. That's
Very
why
true.
we say that, yes, it should not stop at just identifying or locating it. It should not stop that now I've seen SRA services have been budgeted in West Pokot or Kilifi or wherever. I can now go and sit and comfortably wait for the services.
Very
No, you should follow until you ensure that it's actually executed.
Yeah.
The budget has been executed. Because you as you said as we are opening up, that sometimes you find that something has been budgeted and then along the way the budget is robbed, it's mutilated. Those that were said initially are no longer executed for. So that's what I can say about the budget. So the youth should be very keen on the budget. Don't wait when your governor is coming at your village and then you start spewing or enumerating all your problems, all your challenges. No.
Yeah, sure, sure.
We need to inform our people. Our people should be informed well, even the youth, that where is the entry point? Where are you supposed to say these issues?
Yeah.
It's not that you wait the MCA when he comes for a funeral at your home
That
and
is
told
when
to
you
talk on behalf of youth. That's when you explain everything. No.
Yeah, sure.
Look, there's a time. There's what we call budget cycle.
Very true.
Look at that time when the issues are being collected.
Very true.
And the other thing is that somebody said what we are doing apart from programmatic.
Mm.
I think I didn't understand the question well, but I can assume that maybe the person was trying to differentiate what we do at the individual level
Yeah.
and when you are at an organizational level.
Very true.
Then when it comes to individual level, that one becomes private, because that one is it's my own business, my family business, for example, something I'm doing for to get daily bread. That's my own business, because I might be running a certain business, for example, buying and selling cows or cereals. I think that one doesn't bother much about the public.
Yeah, sure.
But what concerns about us all is that whichever we are doing now at that level, at our own level, for example, the businesses, you are running a business of chicken, poultry,
Yeah, sure.
doing that, it is being affected by what we are saying.
Yeah.
It's being affected by the same budget we are talking of.
Very
It's
true.
being affected because if you look at the so-called inaitwa nini budget bill,
Yeah.
or
The
finance bill.
Finance
If
bill.
you look at the finance bill, it has direct relationship with our businesses,
Very true.
because it will stipulate that the government is going to take this amount from you
Yeah, sure.
as in terms of taxes.
Very
The
true.
government is going to, kama ni boda boda, itakata hii pesa kuanzia mwezi wa 9. So what we are doing at the back of the curtains,
Yeah.
the businesses we are carrying at the individual level,
Uh-huh.
is being affected with what we are now saying. That
Very
let's
true.
follow up.
Yeah.
So but I can say that at both at the private level or wherever level, we are advocates
Yeah.
of youth issues.
Thank you.
We'll
Thank you.
always advocate of budget to be increased at wherever forum.
Very true.
When we are in a church, we'll always talk about issues ya vijana.
Kabisa.
When we are in any forum, tukiwa kwa siasa, bado tunaongelea haya.
Very true.
Tukiwa kwa organizational level, bado ni hii. So hatuna maneno mengine yetu, we are purely pursuing when it comes to issues of development.
Yeah.
We will get, like for example me, those who follows me, it's the same issues that we are talking now. It's what you will get in my pages, in
Very
WhatsApp,
true.
or wherever.
Uh-huh.
What you get in when I talk in the church and all that.
Thank
So it's the same thing, because the problem are the same.
Kabisa.
So I think that one I can say. Up to that, I can say that unless is another question, we'll still talk, contribute as we move forward. Something.
Thank you very much, Mr. Todosia. Remember, Mr. Todosia is the president of the National Youth Bunge forums, basically in the country, and is also the National Youth Bunge president for the county forum. And a lot of people are watching, and Phyllis Wabure is saying, great conversation, keep up the great job, thank you very much. Jen Sidi Gumbao says, wow. Tony says, bravo guys, keep the good work. Titus Ruto following live from Eldoret, it inspires. Good work guys. Diego Franklin says, following from Kapenguria, keep it up, youths are desperate due to joblessness. And I think Mr. President talked about the issues of if you want to know if the government minds about you, wachana na mambo mengi, enda kwenye bajeti ambalo linasomwa and you'll understand if letwe mtaani place my youths upenda kukaa Wachelon Andrew is watching. Musa Lotomei says, following from Rainbow Kapenguri, it's very encouraging that SRH services are free and accessible, so the only remaining thing is a youth-friendly service provider. So wanasema ya kwamba kitu ambacho inafaa ifanywe ni a youth-friendly service provider aweze kuletwa ili vijana waweze kupata hizo services ambazo ni friendly to them. So labda tukienda kwako like what ambazo tumekuwa tukiongelea, we've talked about what the government needs to do. What are we doing as organizations, basically the civil society organization, kuhakikisha kwamba some of these things that we're talking about, the government meets up that need, ya kwamba serikali wameweza kupata yale ambayo vijana wanataka. Vijana wanasema hapa services ziletwe mtaani. So and the civil society organization is the gap between the government and the community, and that is the youth. So wao nafikiria ni nini ambayo labda inafanyika. Sharon Chemtai saying, following from Nairobi, Kenya. Karibu sana Sharon. So and those that are also watching live from different parts of this country. So as a country, let us now take that conversation up. The whole country is here now. Guys, what do you think the civil society organizations is doing?
Okay, asante sana Mr. Jeff for this opportunity. Once again, I want to answer that question regarding our strategies that we've put in place as a CSOs and the partners that we have at the county level. Tumejipanga na the other CSOs wenye wako interested na mambo ya Child Protection Network together with the county department ya health, ambapo tunapanga the action plans. We do commit, we pledge and commit them. We do follow-ups as a CSOs to see that they fully implement them. So kuna strategies ambazo tumeziweka in place. Ya kwanza tunakutana na our CSOs na the county health department. We do trainings of our county health service providers to train them on youth-friendly services, and also to avail. In our organizations, we have places that we put ISO dispensers or condoms to have them be easily accessed by the youths surrounding our organizations, and also having the opportunities on the online spaces. We use them to disseminate the information that it's needed by the youths without being maybe ukienda account huwezi pata sana, lakini ukiwa kwa online unaweza access. Pia huwa tunafanya referrals kwa youth centers, ambapo huwa vijana wakikuja wanauliza services wanaweza pata wapi. So kule tumefanya with county department ya kwamba wa set up youth centers ambapo kuna internet, alafu hizo ma FP methods zinakuwa easily accessed without being maybe discriminate, yani kukua misjudge na our older service providers wenye wako kwa hospitali. So as a organization, we deal na peace, and we believe that to have a peaceful coexistence among our society, we should meet the needs of the target group. And now, not meeting the needs of the youth, it means that we don't have a peaceful, or we will not achieve that overall objective of having a peaceful nation. So it's necessary that we identify their needs properly through proper analysis, and also trying to understand the individual's needs so that we address them respectively, and also through that we can achieve the peaceful, and also we can develop ourselves and also have the future of tomorrow, who are well informed and also are well empowered to make decisions, the right decisions, and also to participate on those other platforms that affect their affairs. So also at my individual level, I think my contributions is I do peer-to-peer education. Whenever I get my siblings, maybe I go home or have friends, I do inform them. Also, they need to go there to hospital, seek the safety measures on how they can protect and have a safe sex without having regrets. Another one is that I went to hospital and I borrowed a box of condoms, where whenever I get people who are still active in sex, I distribute them at my house. And also using the internet space. Google is a nice friend. You can also do type and seek information at your convert zone. So I'm so grateful that we have all opportunities at our disposal, and it's our turn now to be information seekers. We should not be pushed, rather we should be responsible on our sides. So welcome.
Thank you very much, Irene. I think that is very, very unapeana hiyo mbio sana. Thank you very much. I think this is very important. Kumbuka hii ni vibe spot. Hii ni ile chill spot ambayo tumerelax, tunapiga gumzo. It's the evening, I know, pale mtaani umetulia. And you're just watching this amazing conversation from these amazing young people who are doing a lot to ensure that at the end of the day we are coming together for a common purpose. Na kumbuka hashtag is the International Youth Day 2021, hashtag declares TV, hashtag ni amplifying young people's voices. Kuna jamaa anasema hapa, as a young person it is simple. We should be involved in policy and framework formulation. If you're part and parcel of such process and government programs, it wouldn't be hard to access SRHR services. Lemluk anasema vijana, it's very simple. Tuingize katika imambo, frameworks, policies, formulations, na pia implementation. Alafu trust me, accessing these services will actually be something that we will not be talking of. And I think Mumbere will tell us about how did the youth empowerment centers, how did the youth friendly centers come to be? Is it through the same process or something like that, through the this project in A21 in style? Ambayo ili, champion for this. Is this through what Lemluk is saying, the issues of in being involved in policy, framework, implementation and formulation and stuff? And then question to Todosia was looking at the sustainability aspect. If our programs end today, are the youth still going to access the services we are offering? That is a question that is coming to you from Lemluk. You'll answer that. But first, Mumbere, tueleze. Policy, frameworks, budgets. Remember, budget is also a policy document. Formulation, implementation. Is that aspect happening, or what did Safe Community do actually that ilifanya ya kwamba these youth friendly centers iko? Is it through the same process, or what are you guys doing that we are seeing this happening?
Thank you very much, Mr. Jeff. I think as for us, it's the same process that we used. Because if maybe we say it's just only for the style project yenye ilifanya mpaka tukapata ninio, then tutakuwa labda tunakosea. Kwa sababu if style project ni kina nani yenye tuko hapo, it's just the coastal allies yenye tuko nao.
Very true.
How many are they? We are only maybe 3 tuseme. 3 organization.
Yeah.
3 organization can't push. We need youth's voices ndo wafanye. At least waweze, kwa sababu only the youths have that strength to push, to make sure that whatever we want or whatever we're advocating for is being implemented.
Very true.
And only the youths, they know what they want. It's not us as the coastal allies. No. What the youths they want. What do they want? We want this, this, and this, and this. So what do we want to do? We have to make sure that we engage them so that they can also be part and parcel of every implementation that we want to be implemented. That's why I think in Kilifi County we are supposed to have 7 youth friendly centers, and only 4 are now running, and that is a plus for us. We have Matsangoni, we have Rabai, we have Mtwapa Youth Friendly Center, and I think and Malindi. Yeah, so we have 4 youth friendly centers now which are now operating, and they're in a good condition. And that is where the youth themselves, in fact, every youth friendly center is being run by only the youths.
Yeah.
Hakuna mzee. Only the youths. Because wao ndo wanajua what they want. Even the health providers, I think, kama ni mzee sana, basi hapo iko 35 years.
Kabisa.
Hapo bado tunasema ni youths in Kenya.
Kabisa.
35 years bado wewe ni kijana. So, I think we have been trying to make sure that the youth themselves wana make sure that wameingia katika hizo policies, wanaandika policies zao, tunasema tunataka hivi na hivi na hivi, and we as CSOs tunajaribu sasa nao kuitilia mkazo ndio
Kabisa.
ili tuweze kufanya nini ziweze kuwa. Yeah, I think ni hizo.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ombire, for that. You see, you're bringing up the point that you see, you've been implementing these for a very long time with that is Pwani Youth Network and
Dayo.
Dreams Achievers,
Yeah.
and through synergy with also other stakeholders in this particular county, and na pia ilikuwa ni ask ya young people, haikuwa tu ni nyinyi mliamka asubuhi na mkasema this is what we want. It's something that you're pushing that young people already wanted, and then there is a force for that. There's some synergy that was created. Ndio maana at some point kuna hizi achievements ambazo zimepatika. So for all the young people that are watching us from wherever you're watching us, from the different parts of this country, from Eldoret, from Nairobi, from Turkana, from West Pokot, from Kilifi, Mombasa, Siaya, Kisumu, Kakamega, Vihiga, all those parts of these countries, trust me, we need to look at the aspect of synergy creation, and it should be something that all of us need to champion for. Alafu mambo itakuwa sawa, and that is very amazing. Having 4 youth friendly center, I think ni vigumu kupata kwa different counties that particular type of allocations of resources, and a place where mavijana wanapiga tu vibe kwenye vibe spot, wakichill hivi, wakirelax, and they get services, and that is a very amazing. As we wind up, Rais, there was a question for you from Lemluk akisema the issues of sustainability baada hizi miradi, baada hizi vitu ambazo like the programmatic aspect ambayo alikuwa anasema, like what next? Will these services stop? Will this advocacy stop? Will these accountability, social accountability aspects stop if these programs ambazo labda mashirika zetu ambazo ziko hapa zina implement zikiisha?
Okay, let me answer him straight away that it will only stop if the objectives are achieved. But as long as humanity is there and the objectives has not been achieved, then the challenge still it's not our responsibility. Even taking care of ourselves is not a responsibility. It's the responsibility of government. It's the responsibility of Jeva. It's the responsibility of Todosia and Youth Bunge and wherever. Then the question of sustainability is a nightmare.
Kabisa.
It cannot be achieved. So what I will urge my fellow youth is that let's take upon ourselves. Let's take it as our responsibility. So that whichever project we come along with, whichever initiative that any development partner comes along with, be it the government or NGO or faith-based, whatever. If we own it, then the project will move on its own. Always good ideas. At one point, they will start moving on their own.
Very true.
So I beseech my fellow youth that we need to own some of these issues because they affect us directly. And since they affect us directly and we own them, then we will have the issue of budget. For example, if every youth owns it, it's not Jeff who will be going to knock the county doors and ask them about the budget. If it becomes everybody's challenge, everybody goes and asks the governor. Then you will find that the governor will say, "Hey, na vijana wamesema nimeenda Sigor, nimeenda Kilifi, nimeenda kila mali," because you all own the problem. Then you will find that the thing is just solved within a very short time.
Very true.
So that's much I can say about sustainability, and it goes along with the ownership.
Kabisa.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Also on sustainability factor is that the county department health should adopt the fact that during induction it should be a norm that they train the new employees on youth friendly services, and also to come up with a training and development programs that should reinforce this norm and culture within the organization. So I'm so grateful that they really appreciated and they took that progress of training their employees, and this is a great impact that we are happy about. So Mr. Jeff, you can continue.
Thank you very much. Mr. President Todosia, the president of the National Youth Bunge Forum, and Irene from SICOM. for actually talking about some of these things that are being asked on the issues of sustainability. And that is the worry for each and every one of us, that you see, that is why we are doing advocacy, that is why we are doing social accountability, so that the government picks up some of these great initiatives. The government actually picks up some of these things that we are talking about today. The government is actually picking up some of the aspects or the interventions that were coming up, and that is only through financing and ensuring that is involvement of young people from the designing, from the intervention itself, and even monitoring some of these things. And at some point we will see sustainability, where budgets are there for these things that we're talking about. Budgets are there for sexual reproductive health. Budgets are there for youth-friendly services and centers, empowerment centers. Budgets are there to ensure that youth accusation from the unemployment issues. Youth are exposed. There are actually programs that are there to actually nurture some of the youths to be innovative, to come up with interventions that will ensure jobs are created, jobs are there for other young people and other people and the generations that are coming forward. So we are remaining with only 4 minutes. We will actually start with the parting shot from you. Like, what is the parting shot? And then Mwambire, then the president of the National Youth Bunge Forum.
Okay, just to summarize, is that as the adolescents population, we should weigh the impact of having the unsafe norm of having that this unsafe sex. So we should weigh the impact and have the right choice and make the right decision, so that in future we should not regret about it. So it's our choice, and we are so grateful that.
Thank you very much. Maisha ni yetu, tujipange sisi kama mavijana. Yes.
Okay, for me to summarize, I'll just go direct to the youths. It's just like it's not a request, but it's like a must for us. Youths, we should make sure that we understand the budget cycle, how it goes, and where we can chip in so that we can advocate for what we want. We can also, if we know that maybe this time we have to maybe surrender our memos, we should know what time we have to chip in so that we can also push what we want to be implemented for us. And also, after we have surrendered our memos, let's make sure that we do the follow-up so that to track if either the government is doing what we have been requested or it is not being implemented. Yeah.
So mavijana, tuko na ni high time we need to actually track some of these things ambazo tuko nazo, some of these things ambazo we are talking about at every particular moment, so that tuhakikisha kwamba iko actualized na imeweza kuwakiwa. Thank you very much. Yes.
Okay, yangu ya mwisho ni kwamba, first of all I want to urge or request my fellow youths that just be aware of what's going on around you, the environment around you, in terms of governance, in terms of budgets, in terms of everything. Just take care and ensure that you are aware of what's going on, so that things should not happen without even realizing or knowing that there is an opportunity somewhere for you.
Mm-hmm.
And also, let's take our everything here that we are talking of as our primary responsibilities. We are primarily responsible for our health and all that we do. And to the partners, I will say that let's continue strengthening the systems. Let's continue building capacities of our youth and our societies. It is a sustainability strategy by itself, by building capacities of communities and youth. And finally, for our youth wherever they are, I will say that may you scan the environment, make use of the opportunities that are there, account for your weaknesses that are wherever you might find it, and also build on your strengths. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.
Very true. Thank you very much, Mr. President. I think that is very, very, very very, very encouraging. That let us build on the strength that we have, and that is very important for me and you as young people, basically, to actually understand and look into what do we have and what do I bring to the table, and that is very, very important. So I think I want to actually close with some of the comments I see, like Salim Juma Sidi from Githurai saying great work, declares. I think there are a lot of comments coming in, but I'll just try to read a few from those that I'm seeing at the moment. There is Steven Kibindio, watungoji 2030, Vision 2030 ni leo si kesho. Kuna watu wanauliza kwa nini kesho? Si kesho. Vision 2030 ni mbali sana. Vijana saizi ndio wakati wetu. Lazima tufanye mambo. Thank you very much. Kibindio from Kilifi County. There is another one. Watu ni wengi sana wanasema wanafuatilia na wanafuatilia from different mwingine anasema the conversation at this third week for the youth. I don't know mbona, lakini nadhani kwa sababu wale vijana wawili ambao walipoteza uhai wao katika police station. Kuna huyu anasema the issue to do with the economic, like anasema the issue to do with economic empowerment. Vijana bado tunaona pesa kwa wazee, kazi kwa vijana, but getting capital to start a business imekuwa ngumu. Hata hivyo mambo itakuwa sawa. So vijana ni wengi ambao wana mambo tofauti katika these conversation, na nashukuru sana kwa sababu mmejiunga na sisi kuanzia mwanzo mpaka kuna mwingine anasema Lavender here representing uadilifu champions from Mombasa. We need youth friendly desk in health facilities, because on our hand we have youth friendly services but we don't have youth desk. So the government needs to do that in Mombasa, ya kwamba Polish Lavish anasema kuna mambo mengi ambayo yanafanyika lakini hawana desk ile youth friendly services. Asante sana. Alafu Steven Kibino anasema big ups director Mwambire. Hey, baba, kumbuka kuna title kubwa hivyo sana. TV, this is where conversations happen as a young people. Kumbuka kuna the Smart Teen Talk Show, alafu kuna the Vibe Sport ambayo vijana manze sasa kama sisi mabazu tunapiga hadithi, lakini kumbuka before mwisho wa mwezi kutakuwa na the Smart Teen Talk Show ambayo itakuwa inakuja live still from Declares TV. Kumbuka kuna events mbalimbali, kuna World Contraception Day ambayo itakuwa inakuja, na usisahau kutegea the biggest event of the year, the Hearts Forward Festival ambayo itakuwa inakuja hapo mwakani just right here at Declares TV. Kumbuka tunapenda kushukuru watu wote ambao wako hapa. Ningependa kushukuru Mr. Todosi, rafiki yangu sana, kiongozi wa vijana. Najua pia nataka kuwa MCA mtarajiwa, so au hizi vitu ambazo utakuwa unasema itakuwa inaingia pia. Irene, thank you very much. Asante sana kwa kukuja representing that agenda. Mara mingi naona Judy ananiangalia huko anacheka, najua mara mingi amesema mambo ya gender representation. Nadhani tu that gender rule hapa inakamilika. Alafu Mwambire, nasikia unaitwa director Mwambire. Shukran sana kwa kazi nzuri ambazo tunafanya, na tutaendelea na mazungumzo haya, na wakati wote ambao utapatana tutaendelea kuchill kwenye Vibe Sport na tupige gumzo ambazo zitasaidia community yetu. So those who are watching us from home, I will also want to take this opportunity to thank you for the invaluable contributions ambazo umepeana, and let us keep this conversation because it doesn't stop here. Let us keep this conversation going on and on. Kumbuka also lastly I would like to thank DSW Kenya for the support that they've given unto us, basically kuhakikisha kwamba tuko hapa tunakutana hivi wote, na pia tunapiga na gumzo through the Slale project, kwamba tunapiga gumzo and we're talking about issues that are affecting us. As always, I always say this is your guy, that guy Jeffa. Follow us on all our social media platforms, na uweze kuhakikisha kwamba umeweka notification on so that every time the Vibe Sport is on uko pale, every time Smart Teen Talk Show uko pale, every time we have a live event uko pale, and you get it. And remember, this is the way to go, guys. I talk, you talk, because this is what we do every day here at Declares TV. And thank you very much. It's a wrap. Let us call it the end of the International Youth Week right here from Kilifi County, Mnarani Club. Asante sana. God bless you. Bye bye.